Was the UK's most notorious UFO sighting a revenge prank played on US airmen by SAS commandos? This is RT reporting January 1st. A replica of the alien craft placed at clearing in Rendlesham Forest in England, where the sighting occurred in 2080. You can see the picture of this in the article I'll leave below for you. Reported in detail by ranking military personnel, the 1980 UFO sightings in Suffolk Rendlesham Forest spawned their own cottage industry of speculation. Now the leading UFOs theorists saying it was all just a vengeful prank. 38 years ago, on 3 nights between December 26 and 28, different sets of U.S. Air Force personnel stationed at RAF Woodbridge Base, which reportedly housed nuclear warheads, witnessed a bright orange, well, there were many lights, orange, red, blue, and white lights in the sky. Sent out to further investigate, one of the servicemen on patrol reported a smooth, opaque black glass craft on the forest floor, covered in incomprehensible hieroglyphs, while on another night, a different team encountered an object the size of a baseball turning into a spaceship. A basketball turning into a spaceship, and had a silent standoff, quote unquote, with what appeared to be a humanoid alien. That team, some of whom have since been diagnosed with PTSD, said that indentations on the ground, damage to the forest, and abnormal radiation readings proved that these were not mass hallucinations. But now, Dr. David Clarke, a researcher at Sheffield Hallam University, who once managed Britain's National UFO Sightings Archive, says that he has found a less far-fetched explanation. Courtesy of a special Air Service insider named Frank, who personally contacted the academic who spent the past 3 years trying to get to the bottom of this mystery, which has been labeled Britain's own Roswell. According to the source, the root of the incident goes back to August of 1980, when British SAS commandos made a practice landing inside the U.S. Air Force Base in a live exercise intended to challenge their American allies, a rare but known practice during the Cold War. But instead of receiving a friendly telling off, the team was allegedly hauled off into cells, mauled, and interrogated at length by U.S. officers who referred to them as, quote, unidentified aliens, end quote. Quote, after their release, the troopers made no complaint at their rough treatment, but were determined to get their own back on the U.S. Air Force Base for the beating that they had received. Clarke quoted to the Daily Mail. He said, in particular, their repeated characterization as aliens, quote unquote, sowed the seeds of the plan. They said, they called us aliens, right? We'll show them what aliens really look like, he said. So some Christmas, the British supposedly created several contraptions using the materials at hand, such as remote-controlled kites, helium balloons, and colored flares, and launched them into the sky. If anything, the prank reportedly worked too well. When the U.S. side sent an official report to the UK Ministry of Defence, Clarke said someone in London recalled the event of the previous August and questions were asked. A few red faces, but also some satisfaction and amusement followed. Quote, the U.S. Air Force was reassured at a very senior level, and no UK investigation was undertaken for obvious reasons. End quote. According to Clarke, who says that he followed up the claims with several officials from the area, this is the reason for what some say appears to have been a continuously blasé reaction from the UK authorities to the incident. While Frank's yarn is interesting in itself, for determined conspiratologists, including several men present on the nights of these sightings, who have claimed that the case has been deliberately hushed up by the military, this will likely be treated as a new red herring put out by the government to throw them off the scent. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.